That is a beautiful Lughnasa. Beautiful Lughnasa from Spain. Loving all the green and the bright colours. Greenery, trees. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be just a quick stream for the energies around us as we go through Lughnasa portal and as we move closer to the Lions Gate portal. Okay. I can't decide which background I want. I'll stay with the window. Alright. It's like musical chairs. Alright, so I have Pagan Cat Tarot. Show you some. I've got Pagan Cat Tarot in front of me. So I will be reading some of these cards just around the energies that we're in and going into. Let's have a see. Okay, so the first card we have is Seven of Pentacles. And just as I was talking about beautiful flowers, instead of flowers, we have pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles. So lots of pentacles in a reading. That will represent abundance and prosperity. So that is a very good sign. And interestingly enough, there's like feathers, there's stones as well. There's a feather, there's a stone. I literally picked up a shell on the beach that looked similar to that shell as well. So, oh, and that's interesting. And there's also a little candle down there. It's a candle. Fire is the energy which gives it. It's the energy that gives more of itself. It sparks things. It brings more energy, more vibrancy, more light. For example, that's one of the things that fire brings, but it also brings inspiration. So, with us being in this Leo season, Leo energy is very creative. So that Leo energy will make us feel more creative, more artistic, more energetic and more confident. So these are a lot of good energies which are coming in around this. And that card, the Seven of Pentacles, foretells of abundance and spending your money wisely. Okay. So the next card we'll go for. Let's choose another one. Where will it be? We'll go with you. Doesn't that kitty cat look pretty? Hell yeah. So we have Temperance. I love that rainbow. So we have the Temperance card. So the Temperance is always an interesting card to pull. Because Temperance is basically asking you, do you have your eye on the prize? Where is your attention going? That is what the Temperance card teaches us. Where is your attention going? Because usually in the illustration on the Rider-Waite tarot deck, there is a woman who is filling jugs. So she has 2 jugs of water in her hand. So she's filled one already. She's holding that in her hand. And as she goes to fill up the other jug, she spills the water just like the cat's doing in this picture, in this illustration. So this is why there's an importance around your attention and being careful. Again, that may tap into the last card. There was an element of planning there. With the Temperance, there's a mindful element there. So it's asking you to be a bit more mindful, and can you see the rainbows as well? The rainbows and the fishes. So rainbow energy, that can literally bring in so much things. So for me, the rainbow is representing like the 7 rays. So there's 7 rays of brilliant, beautiful energy which are coming through for us, bringing us all of the skills, all of the traits which go with each of those 7 rays. Okay. So the Temperance card. So the cat doesn't look too bothered. Doesn't look like she's working too hard. But she's there pouring out water or collecting water and the water spilling. So that is the second card. Let's grab another one. So let's flip so you can see. Pagan Cat Tarot. Ooh, I wanted 2 of those cards then. Let's see what we have. Oh, wow. Wow, this is very interesting. So we have, thank you, it looks cool, says Katie Lou. Your card looks cool, thank you. So the next card we have is the Magician card. And that is very interesting because that means we've got 2 major cards in the last few. We've only had 3 cards so far, and 2 of them have been major arcana. So this means big messages are coming through, very important messages. And it also means that the divine is in control. Is that a Pokemon card? No, it's not a Pokemon card. This is tarot. Pagan Cat Tarot. So because we have 2 of the major arcana cards, it tells us that there's a big message coming through. Meowth. Yeah, you're still kind of a bit stuck on the Pokemon, but no, it's Pagan Cat Tarot. But yeah, it is very a cute kitty, as Jet King says. So the Magician card in a reading, and the Magician is all about illusion and putting on a good show. And Leo energy, we kind of go into that sometimes. A Leo definitely knows how to put on a good show. They also know where the camera is. They know where the lights is. They know their best angle. That's why you always be seeing me from this angle. So yeah, the Magician knows where the cameras are. Jeff King says, looks like my little kitty, she had kidney failure. Oh, that is very sad. I'm sorry to hear that. So this is the Magician card. And in this deck, it's a little white cat, a beautiful white cat. So the Magician reminds us of the 4 powers of Magus. The 4 powers of Magus is to know, to will, to dare, and to be silent. So if you're wanting to bring any form of manifestation, any form of magic, you need to know those 4 secrets. And you need to find a balance within them as well, to know, to will, to dare, and to be silent. So if you're speaking too much about what your plans are ahead in the future, if you're telling everyone about it, then other people's energy is going to get wrapped in that, and they're going to throw spanners in the works, and it's going to be less likely that you'll be able to manifest it because it's just become too heavy, too complicated because other people have got wrapped up in it. So that is to do with being silent. To know is to do with knowledge. Knowledge is power. That is a long known fact. Knowledge is power. Those who know about something, they have a power of a kind. To will, that is when you want something to happen and then you make sure it happens. So that is having a will in of a kind. So to know, to will, to dare, that is like just being fearless. So if you're being daring and fearless, it's not caring about what other people may think of you, not caring about what the obstacles are. It's bringing all of these elements together and just having that daring and that cunning, the cunningness of the magician to make things happen for you. Okay, so that is the next energy. So let's pull another card from in here. Pagan Cat Tarot. I like this one that is just popping out. Oh, number 4. So we have number 4, 4 of Wands. Again, another beautiful white cat in there. And there's some little kitty cats as well. A few different colours. You can see a ginger cat. It can see, is it a stripy sort of dark stripes? Beautiful cats. So let's have a look. So the cats for Wands, yes. So 4 Wands often represents the home. So this represents like a stable, a place where that is stable for us. This is like our base of operations. It's where we can keep. It's our sanctuary. So the 4 of Wands represents our sanctuary. It represents our base of operations. So it's like where we can keep what belongs to us safe. It's where we can meet up with friends and family. So this is what this is representing, the 4 of Wands. So it's a sanctuary and stability. Okay. 4 of Wands. And Wands in a reading, again, it's leaning back into the element of fire. So we've had some... Did we have any Wands before? So we had Pentacles, and now we have 4 of Wands. And we also had the Major Arcana cards, Temperance and the Magician. So next, let's see which other card we want to pull. Let's flip that camera. Where do we want? Which one have I got my finger on? It's one of these. I feel like I want this one. Oh, wow. So we have the Chariot card. Chariot card. So the Chariot card. Again, this is a Major Arcana card. So Chariot, Chariot, Chariot. So when you see a Chariot card in a reading, it represents things moving quickly, but it doesn't necessarily mean things are moving very quickly right now. But get ready. It means often means that you're poised. You're poised. So imagine yourself like Leo, the lion. You're poised and ready to strike. So this is what the Chariot card is representing. It's that readiness for action. And the Chariot card also, for those who are doubting themselves, the Chariot card tells you that you've got what it takes, so you can fulfill this. You've been putting in all of the necessary plans into place. You've been looking into any obstacles so that you can overcome them easily because it's very well planned. Okay, so it's a very good sign. So it means that although things may be at a bit of a standstill, or you may have seemed like you've paused and you're waiting for something, but you'll soon be moving ahead, and you'll move ahead quickly. Okay. And if there's any adversities, if there's any obstacles or problems, you're going to be able to overcome them. This is what this card represents. So that's good energy to have. Okay, so that's the Chariot card. Let's pick another. Oh, flip that camera, flipperoo. Flip, 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 flippity flip. DJ, pick up the phone, I'm on the request line. Okay, so let's see. So we have two of chalices. Wow, so there is an emphasis here on love. Two of chalices. So I feel like there's a choice here. So there's two people. There's two people who have a good connection together, and it's showing that there is great potential for love. There's choices that need to be made. There is a willingness. There's a willingness to give what is the right word? There's a willingness here to give the other person a chance. So there's a willingness to see the person and not just the mask of that person. And when the ego boundaries pop after the falling in love has been and gone, and then the real work is there. So this is what this is kind of foretelling. This kind of strong connection that will last. A strong connection that you can both work towards together. So that is a positive message. Okay, let's pull another card. Let's have you. Oops, card's upside down. So we have chalices again. So we've got Four of Cups. Interesting. Okay, let's flip the cap. Flip that flipperoony. Flippery-roo. Flipperoo. Ooh, baby, I like it. Whoa. So this card, we have Four of Chalices. So interesting. Oh, beautiful cat. So, oh wow, so there's a chalice. If you see over here, there is a chalice. There's three chalices over on the other side, and then there is a chalice over on the other side, which is resting on top of a tortoise. Adriana says hi and hugs. Thank you, Adriana. And Angel Rose says this. Thank you for commenting. Okay, so the Four of Cups. So this is a very interesting energy. So this is telling us this tells us there's lots of options, there's lots of choices to be made, and a lot of the time it can represent boredom. So I feel like when there's a lot of options there, but it's not necessarily options that you would have chosen outright. You wouldn't have necessarily have chose those options from the beginning, but it doesn't mean that they're not good options for you. So you do need to be mindful of that. Just because there's an option, there's a choice before you, and it's not something that you'd pre-planned, not something that you would have thought about previously, doesn't mean that it's not a good option, okay? So don't look a gift horse in the mouth, as the saying goes. And yeah, there's the fact that the chalice is on top of the tortoise. That tells me that that option's not going nowhere. That it's saying the options that are represented by that chalice, by that cup, that option's not going nowhere. And you have the other options over there as well. However, with it being on top of the tortoise, it probably is more likely to fall over. Although the tortoise is moving quite slowly, whereas the other chalice is there, stable, standing upon the ground. So that is something to bear in mind. But to be fair, it's nothing majorly to worry about. It's just a matter of knowing what your options and your choices are, and yeah, going with the flow, making the right choice. Okay. So that is what that card represents. Let's flip and choose another card. Ooh, this card is jumping out at me. So what do we have here? We have another hermit. We've got another major arcana card. So it is the hermit. Okay, so the hermit card represents somebody who doesn't want to rub shoulders with other people. So it also can represent, like, there's knowledge to be gained by self-reflecting, by staying indoors for some time, getting lots of reflection, self-reflection, and looking. Again, it's going back to the earlier cards of planning things well. So, and going back to the Magician card again as well, knowing how to balance things very properly and well. So the Hermit is quite intuitive and very wise and making very good decisions. So that is